Your team's averaging just like 80.6 points per game right now, which, and that's not, great, obviously, but it's early, like we were just talking about. So, like, what is your plan, for practice to steadily increase that production on offense?
Well, we knew we were going to play fast this year, so I think, a big part of that was we have a deep team, we have a fast team, and I thought we'd be pretty good in transition, and we're getting better in transition every day. I think our scoring can continue to rise, but what needs to get better is our defense. When you're playing fast, there's a lot of possession, so there's a lot more opportunities for the defense or for the offense to score. So, our style, that's fine. I mean, we're going to give up more points than we usually do. I was hoping we'd score at a little higher clip this year to start off with, but I think we've tinkered with some stuff. I think we got some stuff figured out, at least moving forward. Early on we just had we got some injuries. We have some young guys playing. It was more or less I don't want to say experimental process because we are playing actual games. But we have some new guys getting a lot of minutes, and I want to make sure that we have a good grasp on what guys do certain things well, what guys play well together, what guys are bringing most to the table, and I think we've had a good past week or so of really kind of taking it all in and figuring out, how do we move forward and what do we need to do offensively and defensively to move forward.
Absolutely. Nate Christian, he's playing extremely well. He's leading the team in points per game. Offensively, I think that's he's leading the team. What are your thoughts on him as a player and his contributions to the team so far this year?
Yeah, Nate's had kind of a little bit of a breakout campaign this year. Nate's, the style we're playing kind of suits Nate to a T. He's very good in the up and down game. He's long. He's a good athlete. He has a good knack of creating contact and getting to the basket. He's shooting it better than he did last year. I think he's a little familiar with everything we're doing now. He still has a ways to go in certain areas. I think he will make those strides, but we've been very pleased with his progress just going from last year to this year, and we think he has a lot of potential. He's just got to continue to have the right mindset and continue to work on the things we're asking him to work on. But he's been a very valuable part of the team this year.
Absolutely. So I've noticed when I watched one of your games, I can't remember which one it was before I left for Thanksgiving break, I saw you using more of a full court trap. I guess that helps out more with the zone. Can you tell me a little bit about why you've implemented that?
Yeah, and we have so many guys that we can play. We're very deep, so fatigue really isn't an issue for us. We were before this season we talked a lot about our personnel and what we could do well and where we'd be most effective. And just with the amount of guards we have and with the speed and the depth that we have, we thought we obviously need to press and try to wear some teams down. At that point, it was what kind of press are we going to use? Are we going to go, all out, full throttle, trapping everything, and seeing how it goes, or are we going to dial it back a little bit or do a combination? So that was a part of the learning process. And initially we went all out. We were trapping the first pass, sweeping and hunting and trapping the next pass and cutting guys off. And we did accomplish our goal of creating a lot of turnovers, but our conversion off turnovers just hasn't been very, very good. And if you're not converting off those turnovers, it's kind of more risk than reward at that point. So we're thinking about, and we've tinkered with it a little bit. I think we're going to dial it back a little bit and alter the press to an extent. But we will have a few different presses that we'll use depending on time and score and team and situation. But I think we are definitely a full court team more so than a half court team. We'll get better in the half court defensively and offensively as the year goes on. But as of right now, we're just not playing to our strengths if we get caught up into a slow back and forth grinded out game.
Now, if you could describe this team in one word, what would it be?
I would say lit stick of dynamite.
Lit stick of dynamite?
Yeah, a lit stick of dynamite. I think I'd say that.
Waiting to explode.
Yeah, but it's got a long wick, and we don't know if it's going to explode or not. So we're hoping it does. I think we have all the potential in the world. We have not started the way I thought we would have started, and expectations around the region for us weren't that high this year. But I think everyone in our locker room and in our program, we're used to that, and it kind of gives you a chip on your shoulder. And I think we got, just with the pieces that we have, if it all starts to click, I think we can have one of the best teams in school history easily. But if they don't, I mean, we may have one of the worst teams in school history, because our conference is really good this year. Our schedule, I didn't do us any favors. I mean, it's a rough schedule. So I'm excited because of what we have the potential to do. But we have to make it happen. So again, it's not, the dynamite's not exploding yet. The wick's lit. We're hoping that wick doesn't go out, and I think if we have the right mentality and we continue to move forward and get better every day, I think we can get that dynamite to pop and do some special things.